My name is Genevieve. I'm a paleoanthropologist and rock art researcher, and I study some of the oldest art in the world. So I'm here today in a cave, continuing on the Cave Art 101 Field Series, Season 3, in partnership with World of Paleoanthropology. So today I'm in an actual cave, and there's no art. How wild is that, hey? So we've been finding art out on the landscape in these different places, but there are some engraved marks in here. But this is where, especially with stuff like the geometric signs, it can be hard sometimes to figure out function, meaning, purpose. But in this case, my colleague and friend Ahmed was able to explain to me what's going on here. So I just want to show you right there. That is a purposely engraved line. Let's go in closer so you can see it. So that is a line that was made with a tool on purpose. And right here, for instance, okay, that is an actual, again, they've engraved these cupels in. But here's the thing. This mark, back there, is cut in here, going down to that engraved cupel. They were using them to collect water, right? Because if you look in this cave, there are a few places, if we look up above me too, see? There's a few places where water come down. So if you make these little grooves, you can actually collect little bits and pieces of water, which when you're in a landscape that looks like that, let's see if it gets sort of blown out, but that would be the desert out there, that having these little sources of water, even if they're just these little troughs, could be incredibly important. So here we have a really good example of purposefully made marks, between the engraved cupels and the lines, but they're channels and like little bases to catch water. Like they're not some sort of grand symbol. They're very practical, very purposeful engravings. So I just wanted to show you this because it's such an interesting example of the kinds of things we have to unravel as anthropologists and archaeologists when we're in the field is, and especially think about like with the Ice Age in Europe, right, where it's like, there's so many things we don't know and we don't have anybody left like I do here where, again, Ahmed might not have lived here 3,000 years ago when the Nabateans probably made these marks, but he lives in this environment, he knows the history, his family's been here since time immemorial, and so he is able to provide insights that we just don't have when we're in the European caves. But getting out into the world and seeing other places like this is also really helpful though, because it would never even occur to me to think about them carving channels in to catch little drips of water, right? So to be able to see that here on the landscape, understand what it's for, and then also recognizing how fun it is that sometimes you can have engraved lines or engraved cupels that don't necessarily have some deep significance, but are incredibly important from a very practical water catching point of view. So there we go. There's our new things to think about that we've learned today. And so in the last episode, I just finished showing you some engravings that were actually functional rather than symbolic, which was kind of fun to be able to see. And I was just mumbling about how this cave had nothing useful in it. Well, it's always useful, but and then over here, my lovely colleague Ahmed, who is down right there, yay! He noticed this engraving over here on the very other side of the cave. See if we can go in close enough so you can see it. Now that you're starting to learn, let's see if we can pick out what this is. So we can see the legs, and you can see the back line. I'm sort of precariously balancing here. And there is the horns up top. If you can see that, there you go. Okay, so this is an auroch. I'm pretty sure it's an auroch. I mean, animals are my specialty, but it looks like an auroch. And you'll notice that the engraving is actually the same color as the surrounding rock, which what have we learned, kids, from our last lessons, which is that the darker it is, the older it is. And in this case, auroch is also a species of wild ox that went extinct towards the end of the last ice age. So we're definitely dealing with something much older here than what I've sort of been showing you so far. So very, very exciting. I would have to double check exactly when it went extinct in this area. Certainly 8,000 years ago though, possibly older. So this is a very exciting find, not only because again, with the color being the same, we instantly know this is a much older engraving, but then also with it being an extinct species, also a pretty good clue that this is definitely one of the oldest engravings I've probably seen in this region so far. So let me just show it to you one more time. Hopefully don't fall down the side of this big calcite slopey area, but isn't he beautiful? Let's see, there we go. Get him in focus for you. There we go. What a pretty auroch he is. There you go. Go around here so you can see it better there with his little horns up top. Perfect. All right. Well, there we go. So nice old engraving. Definitely this one was not to channel water. So looks like we've got, again, multiple things going on in this cave because the water collection was sort of over there behind me. So there we go. Maybe some functional, some symbolic and artistic. Definitely been a good day in the field today. See you in the next episode.